Hi there, welcome to another episode of the Gooner Booth. Um, Bit of a news roundup today. We'll get on to the Eze deal shortly. Wayne, what have you been reading today?
Yeah, good evening, Tone. Not much going on other than the big news, my friend, with in regards to Isaac,
With
because we're
which?
discussing off air. I apologise, guys.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. The only thing going on Arsenal, other than that, mate, he would be our reserve goalkeeper, the Estonian, Karl Hein, or
Yeah.
Hein, however you pronounce his name, to try and gather a reliable source. Basically, he's on his way out of the club. They're either saying it's a 3 year permanent deal or a loan deal. To be fair, 3.5 million tone.
Where's he
He's
going?
Werder Bremen in Germany,
Yeah.
matey. So I
Yeah.
mean, he's a decent keeper. He never quite made it with us, but he done quite well last year. I can't remember where he was on loan. My apologies for that, but yeah, he looks like he's way out. But other than that, there's nothing more. I'm going to lead into you what your thoughts of it. Eze today was meant to play according to Ornstein's tweet last night, but he didn't play for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, left out the
Um,
squad.
so he was left at apparently tone. Well, not apparently, Glasner, because obviously I was on the way home today. Pre-match said that he called in and said, "Look, I can't play. I'm ill."
What Eze?
Yeah, so we kind of
Um,
all know what that was about, matey.
yeah.
But I wanted to lead on to let you crack on. But I want to say before I hand over to you that there's a lot of Crystal Palace fans that I think have been absolutely classy in regards to Eze coming to us. Tone is far better than the reaction from West Ham fans in regards to Rice when he come to us, because what Rice done for them, winning them the Conference League, and they hate him, booing him. You think to yourself, he never showed no disrespect to West Ham, and they're on us. Why are you going to Arsenal? Why are you doing this? Crystal Palace fans are, thank you, Eze. You're a legend. Let's build him a statue. Good luck at Arsenal. It's a contrasting thing. So instead of me
Yeah,
waffling
that's
on,
nice.
I think it's your turn, dude. And what you think of the old, what you think of it, matey?
Do you know what? It's been really I'm gonna say it because I'm an Arsenal supporter. It's been really entertaining watching everything blow up today. And if Joe, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be going absolutely nuts as well. So,
You know that.
I think watching Jason Cundy dress up as a clown, taking the piss out of Tottenham supporters, has been really, really nuts. To be fair, um, but do you know what? On that subject, from looking, if we put our mutual hat on, Daniel Levy, what the fuck is he doing? He's completely dropped a bombshell there, right? He's dropped an absolute stinker, you know. He's gonna have to pull something big out of the bag because that's up there with Sol Campbell. What's happened this week with Eze?
Yeah,
We've swooped in and we've nicked him from under them. Although, do you know what? There's been contrasting stories in the media that
yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think it
so.
was, with all disrespect, I don't think that it's just been Arsenal, right, we've won him, we're going to go on something. I think there's always been discussions in the background. But I think because of the situation we was in with outgoings, we we had to put that on hold. That's my understanding of it anyway. So I I don't think it's as, oh, we've gone and nicked him under Tottenham's nose. I think no, we was always in there. We just
Yeah,
wasn't. We made it very clear. I think that, right, we can't do anything until we sell players.
yeah,
And I think the trigger for us was Havertz getting injured. Right, but there's been no news on that yet. But that just tells me that he's going to be out for a while if we've had to pull the trigger. I mean, this is probably the first time I've seen us sign someone within 2 hours. Look how long it took to Gyökeres to go through the door. We was all sitting there going, "Are we going to sign the guy or what?"
yeah,
Um, but the fact in the space of 2 hours, we've gone, right, here you go, here's 60 million plus 7 million add-ons or whatever it was. Um, and it's done. But I think, in all fairness to Tottenham, they was always going to be up against it. He's an Arsenal supporter. His dream was playing for Arsenal again. So, yeah, he would have been good for Tottenham as well. So I'd have been really jealous if he would have gone there. But I'm really happy we signed him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Daniel Levy's got a lot of work to do now. He literally got his head on a platter with some Tottenham supporters.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, that's why I'm saying that. We do have a few Tottenham listeners here, so I'm going to be very respectful and not take the piss too much. But yeah, I'm sorry to say that he's probably come to the bigger club at this moment in time.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Um, other stuff that I've been reading, I've seen the whole Isaac situation's been quite interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Simon Jordan on Talksport. I was listening to Talksport earlier today, and he actually come out with something, and I think it's quite interesting. He said, "I hope that Newcastle dig their heels in really,
Yeah.
really strongly." And his reason behind it was that footballers have far too much power, right? He signed a new contract at Newcastle, and he literally said, "Look, I want them to hold him to ransom." He signed a contract, you know,
Yeah.
they're paying his wages. You, have some respect,
100%.
Um, and I think it's quite interesting. Like, what are your thoughts on that statement? Do you think footballers have far too much power in this day and age?
Way too much, Tone. There's a thing that was been quoted on Twitter about a footballer called his surname of Diarra. I can't remember but they call it the Diarra case. So obviously, knowing the first name, I don't have to. But it's a way of obviously getting out of a contract, I think, and he fought for his rights. With Isaac, you know, there's in my opinion on the old matter, Tone, is that it's not solely Newcastle's issue. Newcastle have got a footballer that, in all due respect to them, whether you like Newcastle or not, we don't because of the
Yeah,
clashes. We've not had a
yeah,
great time against them. But you put that aside, you look at it from the outside as a neutral. You know, Newcastle gave that guy a platform. Arsenal were linked with him before he signed, and Arsenal thought whatever it was for whatever reason, 60 million is too much for him. And to be fair, it took him a year and a half to really properly, bed into the Premier League. And they built a player up to be almost like a world class. He's a world class Premier League striker. And he can carry on that trend. But you know, Liverpool then go. They asked about Isaac. We obviously went for Gyökeres. We're out of the race. There's always a lot of talk, but as I said to you, I won't carry on with that. I've already said my piece on it. But you know, Liverpool went. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go for Ekatike. Why? If you let Newcastle get Ekatike, Newcastle might have negotiated with you, but you've gone. Oh, basically, f you. We'll go get your striker you're linked with. If they hadn't done that, um, Isaac won't have a problem. And now he's released that Instagram message. But you have to buddy side with on Talksport what he was saying, because it's right. Newcastle have no need to sell. You can say whatever you want. Isaac. With that Instagram post, he's effed himself. He's been badly advised. He's seen his Swedish teammate. I mean, I want to keep on my point that I'm just about to make. Gyökeres did the same, but Gyökeres was promised, and he was given a gentleman's agreement last summer, because
yeah,
I'm pretty sure Man United might have inquired other teams, but I'm pretty sure we were still interested or looked into it. He was given a gentleman's agreement. A gentleman's agreement, Tone, isn't a written
no, they
thing.
don't mean shit no more,
It
do they?
does not
Really?
mean shit.
Yeah,
So, you
yeah,
know, Isaac's more than likely seen that, and he fought for it. We know the details, so I'm not going to go into it to all the fellow Gooners who know the ins and outs of it. But I have no sympathy for Isaac or Liverpool. I think they've both acted in the wrong way. If Liverpool, as I say, if they'd let them get their striker target, and they would have been able to negotiate, come to the table, and go, all right, dig your heels in if you're Newcastle. If he's got to play in the under 21s time till January, let him.
yeah,
You know, I just think he's acted all in the wrong way in terms of getting a move. As I say, we we can't preach too much in terms of Gyökeres, but I don't think Gyökeres sort of like he didn't write anything. He just said to his agent, you know, I want Arsenal. I I feel I've been mistreated in terms of the fact I was told I'd get because Sporting kept moving the price tone for us, and he went, I want Arsenal. That's it. You know, obviously Isaac keeps going. They keep saying he wants Liverpool, but it's just I don't think they've acted in the right way. You know, and he's now released this Instagram post, keeps them, you know, do whatever. But this Instagram post has kind of pushed Newcastle to kind of go, you're not going anywhere. So yeah, I think it's a fun one, Tony. It might be make for a good deadline day if you find out that there might be something you know
Do you know?
going on. You
Do you
know,
know what? If I was better, um, I would literally go and do a cheeky loan move for him. Just
why not,
because
Tony?
they're not gonna. I think Liverpool have also shot themselves in the foot because Ekatike,
You're big style, mate. Yeah.
the Newcastle were linked with him, and
Mm.
Liverpool, being the big bully they was at the time, going, all right, well,
Yeah.
you're not sending us size that, we're gonna go and get your target, and they
Exactly.
got him. So, I'm if I'm Newcastle, I'm going, oh, F you, you're not gonna
Yeah.
have our player, you know,
Yeah.
unless you stump up 150 million, which
I
he's
mean,
not worth that, by the way. He's not worth 150
no, no,
million,
no. You just got to
and
dig your heels in that
that is,
situation.
but that's the going price now. But I know why I'm sort of glad that I mean he would have been good at Arsenal, right? But there's still some question marks on his fitness for me. For
Yeah.
150
No,
million,
of course it.
he won't play the whole season either. So
No.
um, that's an interesting one. Moving on to our football club,
Mm.
um, Eze. So Arteta's got a headache now. A good, he's probably
Good
never.
one.
And I was thinking about this today.
Yeah.
It's probably a good headache to have, right? But he's never had this situation. He's
No.
always had a small squad. He's
Mm.
always had, you know, like one or two players in each position, but always had the stronger person in that position.
Yeah.
So it was always a case of you knew what the starting 11 was pretty
Yeah.
much every game, right?
Yeah.
And moving on, our next video of the coming out tomorrow, Arsenal versus Leeds, the preview. Our starting 11s are going to be pretty tricky, right? But then
Yeah.
I think with Eze, not I don't think he's going to be available on
No,
Saturday.
yeah,
So,
I've heard that, Tony.
so
Sorry, mate. You keep that thought, but yeah, he may be unveiled at the Emirates,
yeah,
but yeah,
he
I
won't
don't think he's available, dude.
he won't be registered in time, will he, to
No,
play? So that's fine. That I mean, he'll be at Anfield then. That'll be interesting.
yeah,
So yeah, it's back to my point. Like Arteta's got a decision to make because he's going to have this. It brings him back to the last video. Trossard signed a 1 year contract.
mm,
Where the hell does he play? Because you've got Madueke now, which,
yeah.
by the way, the signing is probably Madueke sitting there going, thank fuck for that. They've signed a left winger. I ain't going to have people firing, firing things at me now.
It needed to happen
Firing
for
crit.
his own sake.
Because he was literally going to be under the watchful eye of every Arsenal supporter going, oh, for
Mm,
God's sake, he's
yeah,
fucked up again. Why did we sign it?
yeah,
It'd always go back to that. But now that we've signed Eze, I feel like the pressure's off him now, and he can be what he's been brought in to be as a backup, right?
yeah,
So let's leave it there with that. Hopefully, the pressure off, he'll shine.
yeah,
Eze, does Eze start for you?
yeah. You is that a joke or? I mean, I know we've been cousins for a hell of a lot of time, Tone, but you know my as I say, mate, he starts for me over a lot of teams, and like loads of players, and because I put it to you, and I'll return the question: Martinelli, Trossard, or Eze? Who'd you start?
Well, it's got to be Eze, right? But
Yeah,
the only question mark that a lot of there's a Crystal Palace fan that I know.
yeah,
He said to me, he's not a left winger. He's not a left winger. He's number 10. He plays
mm,
through the middle.
yeah.
You're not gonna, he's been shit for Crystal Palace on the left for most of the season. So
Yeah. I,
that's my concern. But
yeah.
but you know, we with the way we play
Mm,
him on the left, he's not going to stay on the left, right? He there's
no.
what I've seen of him with Crystal Palace. He'll get chalk on his boots
Mm,
sometimes, but then it will go inside, right?
yeah.
what I absolutely love about this signing, his Saka on the other wing isn't going to be the only danger now. You've got they're going to be thinking about Eze on that side now. Jesus,
Yeah,
and you've got Gyökeres making a nuisance of it. Like, I'm actually genuinely excited now. I think that game two, we've finally had a season. I think in my lifetime where we've signed everyone we need to sign,
yeah,
um, and it's given me that buzz. You
yeah,
know, there's still for me. You give it 10 games, and I'll tell you if we're gonna. My opinion on if we're gonna win the league or not. But you have to be optimistic like every
yeah.
season, and I'm
Of course you do.
absolutely I'm optimistic.
Yeah,
You
mate.
know, I mean, it might change if we go and lose 1-0 to Leeds, and I'll be absolutely fuming. So,
Say that I'm going here,
and then
Tone. But
it will give the Tottenham supporters something to if
yeah,
as there's a
of course
stinker
it
at
would.
Anfield, I'm sure they'll be waiting in the wings to tell us.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I'm interested now to see what Arteta's going to do because
yeah,
you've, I mean, what did he say to Trossard to say, right, sign a 1 year extension? Surely the guy's going to go, right, am I going to actually play? Surely
yeah.
he's sitting there now going, what the hell am I doing? Signing, and they've signed Eze. I'm not going to play.
Mm.
The only thing I would say is that the fact that Havertz is injured, he might deploy that false nine role,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
with,
definitely do. Yeah,
coming off the
definitely do.
bench. So I can
Yeah,
see that as being an option. Um, I'd even go as far as saying that Martinelli could probably play through the middle this
yeah,
season. I think give him a go. Like,
yeah.
especially if you've
There's
got
no harm.
Gyökeres on, and you've got low block, and you want someone to run in behind. He's that option as well. Let's not forget he's probably one of the fastest players we've got in the squad.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's uh what's the what do you think this means for our wingers? Do you think they're gonna? Do you think there's? Actually, sorry. Let me rephrase that question. Apologies. What does that mean for the likes of Wanyeri? Because if
Mm.
Odegaard gets a knock, Eze will play through the middle, surely. So, what does that mean for his development? Do you think that could mean? Do you think that could mean a loan move maybe for Wanyeri? Do you think he's going to let him go out on loan this season?
Yeah, someone was also talking about Max Dalman, but he's a 15-year-old kid. He can't go on loan apparently till like he's 17. I think with Max, it's a case of obviously you've got the under 21s. He can come on. Ethan Wanyeri, I love him, Tone. I think he's a fantastic, fantastic footballer, and I think his future is going to be bright. You've got to manage him well. What I'd chuck at you as well is it could be a case of with Wanyeri that if he's got minutes across. He's a right-sided central midfielder, attacking midfielder. Sorry, he's more than capable of going into the middle, but I think he needs to be in that number 10 role. That's his main position he's grown up with. Um, he could also cover on the right. I know obviously we have Madueke. You could change it up. He will get League Cup, games. He will come off the bench. Eze on the left wing. I just want to quickly revisit that time what you were saying, which I agree with, and I'm pretty sure obviously Palace fans will be the ones to tell us that about him playing on the left wing. I think you could adapt that role. I mean, you look at Martinelli. He struggles on the left wing. Our left wing isn't really the greatest of attacking places to go. He runs down cul-de-sacs. He doesn't have great games all the time. Eze drifts from the left into the centre.
Yeah.
Ranieri is to the right and drifts in. He can. That's why he was playing on the right hand side. So I think you could always have a look at. We've got so many options, and I put this to you as well. Even you could have Ranieri in there. You imagine this as well. We're struggling, or you've got the 70th minute. You have on the pitch Madueke, Eze, Saka, and Gyökeres. In my opinion, you're not stopping that. And you could even go, as I say, Wanyeri can play around these players, he can learn. So the main thing is we give him as much as we can. To answer your question, it's a very good one. You'd obviously go Eze. You don't want his minutes to be taken, but I think that role on the left wing, instead of an out and out striker, sorry, maybe left winger, sorry, I think he's going to try to adapt that role to like I said to you, like a Thomas Rosicky type of player. that player that will cut in from the left, but it will look like he's a left winger because it says on the sheet, on the team sheet, that I think he'll come in as well. And I think what to look out for, um, and why that it will, I think, will work. And a lot of people have been saying it. Gyökeres drifts in from the left. So as much as he's not his focus isn't from the right, he'll drift off to the left. I think that will also mean he'll take the ball from the left. Eze will drop in, you know, if it means Ødegaard. For me, I think Ødegaard should be deeper, but with Subamendi and Rice, you can't really take them apart. But having an Eze from the left means you can still have Ødegaard along like playing in the pocket, Wanyeri if you like as well. If it's not working with Eze, you take someone off. Ødegaard, we know, he's our captain, leads the press. He's Arteta's voice on the pitch. But I think we need to be adaptable and say, look, if it's not working, Eze's there. Wanyeri, he needs to start a couple of games as well, in my opinion. If it might be against, in all due respect, say it could be a Leeds, it won't happen, but I think that might help him, Tone.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and I still think you can start a Eze from the left. You could start a Wanyeri, and I also think that. Sorry, mate, because I've been waffling on. An asthmatic trying to
You're
breathe.
good. Yeah,
Sorry, mate, and I'll pass it back to you. But I think, sorry, I've forgotten his name now. Madueke,
yeah,
sorry, should also start a few games
yeah,
to give Saka a rest. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So yeah, he needs to play. Tone. It's a tough one, but I think you can't pass up Eze. For me, he completes that team, and Wanyeri, he's not taking Wanyeri's position on the pitch. That's Ødegaard,
yeah.
But I've
No,
also
I
think
agree.
that Eze can cover from that, but he can adapt that left wing role that we're going to put in the team for him, maybe.
Well, exciting times. The deal is there. Medical
Yeah,
booked in for tomorrow, I think, just before the weekend.
yeah.
And hopefully he's unveiled at the Emirates on Saturday. That'll get the crowd buzzing before our first home game of the season. Thank you for your time, Wayne. And
Cheers, time. See you
thank
later.
you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next video, which will be previewing Arsenal versus Leeds. See you there. Take
Cheers,
care.
guys. See you
Bye
there.
bye.
Bye bye.